So we're going to start at the very last line on page 93. The first to speak was an old lord, Aegyptus, stooped with age, who knew the world by heart. For one dear son had sailed with King Odysseus, bound in the hollowed ships to the stallion land of Troy, the spearman Antiphus. But the brutal Cyclops killed him, trapped in his vaulted cave, the last man the monster ate. 3 other sons he had, one who mixed with the suitors, Eurynomus, and 2 kept working their father's farms. Still, he never forgot the soldier, desolate in his grief. In tears for the son he lost, he rose and said among them, "Hear me, men of Ithaca, hear what I have to say. Not once have we held assembly, met in session since King Odysseus sailed away in the hollow ships. Who has summoned us now? One of the young men? One of the old-timers? What crisis spurs him on? Some news he's heard of an army on the march, word he's caught firsthand, so he can warn us now? Or some other public matter he'll disclose and argue? He's a brave man, I'd say. God be with him, too. May Zeus speed him on to a happy end, whatever his heart desires." Winning words with a lucky ring, Odysseus' son rejoiced. The boy could sit no longer. Fired up to speak, he took his stand among the gathered men. The herald Pisanor, skilled in customs ways, put the staff in his hand, and then the prince, addressing Aegyptius first, led off with, "Sir, that man is not far off. You'll soon see yourself. I was the one who called us all together. Something wounds me deeply. Not news I've heard of an army on the march, where I've caught first hand, so I can warn you now, or some other public matter I'll disclose and argue. No, the crisis is my own. Trouble has struck my house, a double blow. First, I have lost my noble father, who ruled among you years ago, each of you here, and kindly as a father to his children. But now this, a worse disaster, that soon will grind my house down, ruin it all, and all my worldly goods in the bargain. Suitors plague my mother against her will, sons of the very men who are your finest here. They'd sooner die than approach her father's house, so Icarius himself might see to his daughter's bridal, hand her to whom he likes, whoever meets his fancy. Not they. They infest our palace day and night. They butcher our cattle, our sheep, our fat goats, feasting themselves sick, swilling our glowing wine as if there's no tomorrow. All of it squandered. Now we have no man like Odysseus in command to drive this curse from the house. We ourselves, we're hardly the ones to fight them off. All we do is parade our wretched weakness, a boy inept in battle. Oh, I'd swing to attack if I had the power in me. By God, it's intolerable what they do. Disgrace, my house a shambles. You should be ashamed of yourselves, mortified in the face of neighbors living round about. Fear the gods' wrath before they wheel in outrage and make these crimes recoil on your heads. I beg you, by Olympian Zeus, by Themis too, who sets assemblies free and calls us into session. Stop, my friends. Leave me alone to pine away in anguish, unless, of course, you think my noble father Odysseus did the Achaean army damage, deliberate harm, and to pay me back you'll do me harm, deliberately setting these parasites against me. Better for me if you were devouring all my treasure, all my cattle. If you were the ones, we'd make amends in no time. We'd approach you for reparations around the town, demanding our goods till you'd return the lot. But now, look, you load my heart with grief. There's nothing I can do.